The legs
I can smell all of the smoke, all that love and positivity, that shit is a joke. I should dead them all, my heart ski down slopes. When you did piggyback, everybody wanna see you broke, bro. Me and snakes don't lip lock. I don't think the feet look good on me like flip-flops. I know if I spit it, it belongs in this Ziploc. They know I'ma kill them, all they hearing is tick-tock. Your time is up. Where there's fire, you see the smoke, yeah. I know liars, I seen them fold, yeah. I'm so tired from all these souls, it's done been a good year. My tires don't leave the road, yeah. Are they serious?
Alright, let me talk to you real quick about Rexius Nutrition in Ralston. Rexius carries an awesome line of pre-workout from brands like Alpha Lion, Bucked Up, 5150, Insane Labs, and several other brands. They also have a great selection of protein powder, including my personal favorite, the All Max Hexapro cookies and cream flavored. Can't go wrong with that. They also carry the very popular brand Axon Sledge protein powders, branched chain amino acids, which are crucial to stay hydrated, and pre-workout. They also carry locally owned brands like VHI Fit, carry their protein powders in several different flavors. They also have pre-workout, branched chain amino acids, vegan protein powder as well. And if you have a sweet tooth like me, you gotta try this Omaha protein popcorn. The owners Jamie and Brent Stryker are absolute studs and are very knowledgeable with a background in bodybuilding. Jamie even reached pro status as an IFBB pro women's physique competitor. Stop by Rexius Nutrition in Ralston on the corner of 84th and Q and receive 10% off when you tell them you're there on an official visit. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Oscar Galindo. I'm here with another episode of The Official Visit. This week I got one of the top gunslingers in the 2025 class. He's a quarterback that I think is on the verge of a huge breakout offseason. We definitely saw him step in after some unfortunate circumstances at Elkhorn South, but he balled out and he's ready to do it again in 2020 or in 2024. Mm-hmm. That's Elkhorn South quarterback Madden Riggs. Madden, man, how's it going?
Going great.
Good, man. How you been doing so far?
I've been good, just trying to stay busy, just been in the weight room and pretty much throwing every single day. So
yeah, for sure, man. Sweet. Well, I'm glad to have you on. Talk a little bit about your season and your football journey a little bit. Mm-hmm. So then before we get started, with the actual interview, I just want to do a couple pregame questions. Just kind of get to know you a little bit, break the ice a little bit as well. And the first one I have is, do you have a pregame routine that you like to follow or any superstitions?
So we have to be up to Elkhorn South around 4:30, and before pretty much every single game, I stop at Jimmy John's and get a number one, and
nice.
Done it every single game.
Yeah, that's just your go-to every game day.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah.
So has there ever been a game where you're not able to get that and maybe you feel a little bit off, or are you I gotta have that for sure?
I mean, it's just a go-to. I gotta have it.
Yeah, for sure, man. I know sometimes it could be man, I didn't have my sandwich today, man.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be 100%. All right, man. So I know what a big thing for people in the pregame routine, whatever they go through. One thing that I've heard consistently is music. People listening to music. Are you a big pregame music listening? Like to listen to music? And then if you do, what is your go-to pump up song to kind of get you going?
Ooh. I mean, I honestly I don't know if this is very people say this a lot, but I like to listen to calm music, just to kind of slow my mind down and stuff, and kind of bring that anxiety level down before going out and playing in front of a lot of people. But I don't really know if there's a go-to song, but it's just kind of relaxing music and just to chill out and get my mind off the game for a minute.
Yeah, definitely. Just
Mhm.
something to keep you a little bit more even
Yeah,
keel, you know.
exactly.
Can't get you too high or too low a little bit.
No,
So,
exactly. Got to stay
yeah,
level. Hmm.
for sure, man. That makes sense. And everybody's got their own type of vibe
Yeah.
they like to set. There's those guys that like just screaming in their ears and stuff.
Yeah,
So,
I know. We got kids in the locker room that are
yeah,
just going crazy,
headbanging,
walking back and forth, just like,
just headbanging.
yeah, no, I like to keep it in the middle.
For sure, man.
Mm.
All right. So then the next one I got here for you. Do you have a favorite player? This could be NFL or college level that you kind of like to watch, and maybe when you're watching them, you like look for things to maybe take from their game and add it to your own.
I mean, my dude that I watch NFL is obviously Patrick Mahomes. I mean, just the crazy making plays the ability that he has is just insane. And then my college would probably be JJ McCarthy.
Okay.
Hmm.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you kind of hoping? Do you have a landing spot you're kind of hoping he gets to in the NFL, or are you like have a
Oh
fan
no,
of
I just
a
want to
team?
watch him play at the next level. I
Yeah, for
mean,
sure.
mhm.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah, kind of contrasting styles, One you got the, Pat Mahomes throwing all these angles and all
exactly.
that kind of
Yeah,
stuff, and McCart, he's a little bit more reserved. But
yeah,
yeah, for sure, definitely
hmm
good players, championship caliber players,
yeah,
as you
exactly.
as you've seen, definitely want to pick up on that.
Hmm.
So then our next question, it is brought to us by our sponsor, and that is Rexius Nutrition in Ralston.
Hmm.
What we want to know is who is the biggest weight room monster in the Elkhorn South locker room?
It's either between McCord Geezer or Devin
Okay.
Meyer. They just
Yeah.
put up crazy numbers when he maxed out last week.
Oh yeah. What you
Yeah.
got some numbers off the top of your head you can throw out? And there you go.
It was a lot of weight. It was like just I walked by and got done with my set and I was like, whoa, like
Yeah.
these dudes have, and I've played with them my whole life. Like Junior Storm growing up, I played with both of
Mm.
those kids and I was like, yeah, they're gonna be strong, and they are. I mean,
Yeah, man, for
it's
sure.
insane what they can do.
Definitely. Yeah, dude.
Hmm.
Linebackers. So it's always
Yeah, exactly.
good to see
You see
those
them doing
guys.
all this weight, and then like you see quarterbacks
Yeah.
what the weight they can do and stuff. It's just crazy the difference.
Yeah, definitely,
Hmm.
man.
Yeah.
All right. And then the last warm up question I got for you is, in regards to food, I like to eat. I like to try different foods, different
Hmm.
places to eat. Do you have like a low key spot outside of like fast food spots that you like to go, maybe get a quick bite to eat? Like I said, outside of like the IHOPs or stuff like that.
Yeah. Are you saying like sit down or like?
Like it could be whatever, just like maybe you have like a taco truck you like to go to,
Yeah.
just that good food spot to get a bite to eat.
I'm gonna say Olive Garden. I love Olive Garden.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
What what are you getting there?
The five cheese ziti.
Okay, nice.
Hmm.
And are you a big salad guy from there?
No, I'm not.
No, dude, I could knock out
No.
like 4 plates of that salad, dude.
Yeah, but then I
Man.
just don't want to eat my food. And then the breadsticks, they're
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, man. That's my downfall always. Dude. I always just fill up
Mhm.
on that, and then I'm halfway through.
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not
yeah.
gonna.
I don't even want to eat my meal.
It's just pasta, so it's just heavy stuff too. But
Exactly.
but yeah, no, definitely some Olive Garden for sure, man. Yeah,
Hmm.
good stuff.
Hmm.
Um, all right, so then from there, that was kind of just our pregame questions. Like I said, kind of just getting to know you a little bit. Now I do kind of want to talk a little bit about your football journey and kind of where you
Hmm.
got your start in the game. If you would like to kind of take us to the origins of your football life, I guess. What kind of got you started in the game, and yeah, just your journey so far.
Well, so my dad played in college at Kansas State.
Nice.
So I mean, I honestly started at a young age. Um, and played flag, played tackle right when I could. Believe it or not, actually, my seventh grade year, I wanted to like quit football and just completely
Wow.
focus on basketball.
Yeah.
And I was just like, now where I am today, I'm like blown away by like wanting to make that decision because I mean, like where I am at right now with football, like I would have never thought that in sixth grade when I had like, I mean, I've always been a good athlete, but I always like got basketball right away. Like we'd do a new drill and I'd pick it up like that, and so it was just like falling in love with basketball, and I wanted to pretty much quit everything else and just focus on basketball.
Oh.
But now, I mean, I stepped away from basketball last year and doing track right now just to work on my speed for football season. And I mean, but yeah, I always started at a young age. I mean, I've always been a quarterback. And yeah.
Yeah. So like, was there like a specific moment? Because that's kind of a drastic change, being one year you wanted to quit one sport and pursue the other, and now fast forward and it's flip flopped. So was there like a specific moment, or like was it maybe a little bit of pops like saying, "Hey man, give it another shot," or just kind of hold, keep it going a little bit, or what kind of?
It was actually my sisters that told me you need to keep playing football.
Okay.
They were like, we can tell that you're going to be good. You need to pick the football back up and start throwing again.
Nice. So your sisters were the ones that kind of first saw that.
Yeah.
Are they going to be talent evaluators or something too? Because hey, man, that's an early age to spot that.
Yeah.
But no, that's awesome to hear. Kind of having that support. Kind of telling you to keep pushing. Kind of seeing something in you that maybe a lot of people weren't seeing yet. So like you mentioned, you said your dad played at Kansas State. How has that kind of helped you, or like knowing you have someone that has played at the level you're trying to get to? How does that kind of help you, like in the process? I know, like I'm sure recruiting process is completely different, but just having someone there that has kind of seen that, how does that help you?
It helps me out tremendously. He like just keeping me on like a lifting plan and a meal plan. It's like just kind of like what he did back when he was in college, like making sure that I have like I'm eating the right stuff, make sure that I'm lifting the like amount of times and the amount of weight that I should be lifting, and just kind of keeping me to a plan like they had when they were in college.
Definitely. Just kind of following the process, keep repeating the process for sure.
Exactly.
So then, that was kind of like your, how you kind of started. So we'll fast forward a little bit to this season. You're going into your junior year, and you probably went into the season, more than likely looking at, you had Carson ahead of you as a starter, great quarterback who, he's headed off to play D1 ball. So, you were kind of in the role of backup. And quickly that kind of changed, after, Carson went down with an injury, and obviously you want to, as a competitor, you want to win the job and not necessarily take it over in that manner. But how did that kind of change your outlook on the rest of the season, and kind of change your perspective of how things were going to play out for the rest of the year?
I mean, first of all, it was a terrible injury. What happened to Carson? I mean, never want to see that happen. But I mean, I would have never got my shot if it didn't happen. So, and when it did happen, I went over to our trainer. I was like, "Is he gonna be all right?" And he said, "Like, this is your team now." So, kind of walking back to the huddle, like I was just thinking, like, this is my team now. Like, what can I do with the opportunity that's in my hands right now?
Yeah. And that's something that could be very, it could kind of it tests you for sure. It tests you mentally. Just knowing you're gonna have to take on that challenge, and you guys are a team that came into the season with super high expectations. And that could be, and then just seeing an injury like that happen, that could kind of drain morale of the team. How did you guys kind of rally around, yourself and, as a team to kind of make sure like, hey, like everything's still kind of within reach. We just got to do our job.
Yeah.
Like how did that kind of go down for you guys?
Just really staying together. I mean, at practice and everything, we would just make sure that we put our teammates first and just really make sure that it's like a brotherhood when you like leave Elkhorn South. Like you want to say, "Oh yeah, that truly felt like a brotherhood," and I can still rely on those people today. Like, I mean, that's just kind of what Coach Rose has always said to us. Like, no matter what happens, just stay together and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. And then,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, like with the expectations you guys had in place, obviously, Carson played at a high level, and then, being the backup, they might not know completely what
Mm-hmm.
you could do, uh, taking over that starting role.
Mm-hmm.
Was there anything that you kind of set out to do on your own, or maybe like was there a moment where you're like, I need to take advantage of this to like kind of, how should I say, instill that confidence, give the
Mm-hmm.
team that confidence in me that I could lead this team to something special.
Um, I mean, obviously, I had to watch more film and make sure that, like, when I came to practice every single day, I knew what was gonna happen. Like, made sure that I was, like, being a vocal leader at practice. Like, if I saw something, like, pointing it out to my teammates and just truly being a leader with my voice and then, of course, with my actions too. I mean, like the whole school, like when I'm walking through the hallways, like knows that whatever I do kind of reflects on the school and stuff. So just really making sure that I'm always at my best.
Yeah, definitely.
Hmm.
Just being aware of the situation and
Yeah,
everything.
exactly.
Definitely. So
Hmm.
then, you guys, it seemed like, hey, you guys kind of didn't really miss like a big step. Like you guys kind of just kept powering through
Hmm.
the season. You
Yeah.
guys didn't lose again. There was only that close game against Lincoln, or not Lincoln, Omaha North, at the
Hmm.
regular season, the end of the regular season. From there, you guys, beat Lincoln East, uh, and of course that set up the matchup for Millard South, and that was kind
Hmm.
of the team that it was your only loss of the season up until that
Hmm.
point, and it was a pretty ugly loss.
Yeah, it was.
Um, but how did you kind of, and that was a game that the majority of people were kind of
Oh yeah,
favoring Millard South.
we had pretty much our whole starting O line was out. Brady was out. Of course, like Ron was out. We pretty much had everybody out that game. Murph had a concussion,
Yeah.
and yeah, it was ugly. Stroh was out.
So then, how did you guys kind of switch that mentality, for the second time around, like saying, "Hey, like, first time, it was bad, but hey, let's go out there and see what we could do." Like, how did you guys, what was kind of the feel of or the vibe of the team that going into that week?
We just honestly had to stay focused. Not let the distractions, like the outside noise, get to us, and people in our ears saying, "How'd you guys make it this far?" Like we just couldn't let that get to us, and we had to stay together and keep fighting.
Yeah, definitely.
Hmm.
And then, eventually you guys, pulled off that victory, upset Millard South and, punched your ticket to state.
Hmm.
State, obviously, you guys, ran into, a very
Yeah.
good team in West Side.
Yep.
So another tough loss there, but
Yeah.
how do you kind of take that? Like, how do you, like, is that something that you kind of just say, like, it's just a learning experience and take it into next year and use it as motivation to kind of, to get back there
Yeah.
next year?
Yeah. No, it does for sure motivate me to kind of fix like the errors that I had last season and make sure that I don't make them this season. It also motivates me a lot to like make sure that we're as a team doing doing our things and going the extra step so then we can make it back, of course, and win it next year if we're doing that extra thing that other teams aren't doing.
Yeah. 100%.
Mhm.
So then, like you mentioned, just correcting kind of some of your errors from last year.
Mhm. Yeah.
going into this off season, you know, obviously have a whole, you know, off season before the start of your senior year.
Mm-hmm.
But what are some of those things specifically that you're like, man, I just want to improve a little bit here and maybe work on this during the off season? What are some of those things that you'd like to kind of level up over this off season?
Throwing on the run, of course. And just making sure that I'm fully going through my progressions and watching a lot more film. Just so then, like, when I get out there on Friday night, like, there's no uncertainty. Like, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've already seen it and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So then, you know, kind of reflecting back on this season and, you know, now on the flip side, instead of looking at what you could improve,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and, you know, watching kind of the tape, you can see, you know, your confidence get better every game,
Yeah.
week in, week out. Where did you
Mm-hmm.
kind of see yourself grow as a player this season after, you know, getting more playing time than you probably expected?
Um, I would say where I grew the most was like kind of making the bigger plays. I mean,
Okay.
I had that long throw against Central, and then I had the touchdown, of course, to go up against Millard South, or I think to tie it. But just honestly, like making those big plays when it matters.
Yeah. Just kind
Hmm.
of just knowing when to pull that trigger, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
Hmm.
Um, all right. So yeah, that was kind of just a little bit of Elkhorn South, you know, Elkhorn South ball in your season this past year. So now we'll kind of transition a little bit. You know, the main focus for the time being is, I'm sure, is probably, you know, getting your name out there with
Yeah.
coaches and colleges and stuff like that. How has the recruiting circuit been for you? I know you've visited a couple places, and I know you have
Hmm.
a couple coaches have, you know,
Yeah.
contacted you. How's
Hmm.
that been for you so far?
It's kind of been like stressful.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, it's crazy as a quarterback that they only like it's a lot. They offer a lot less quarterbacks than they do with like say receiver
Yeah.
or a lineman or something like that. But I mean, it's starting to pick up now. But it was just like all these other kids are getting offers, and I
Hmm.
mean, and it's just been like super duper quiet during those times. But it's starting to pick up now for me.
Yeah, definitely.
Hmm.
And you know that could definitely be, you know, kind of, you know, just kind of, you know, just difficult and,
Hmm.
like you said, stressful. And I've
Yeah.
seen it, you know, not just with yourself, but years prior. You know, some of the top quarterbacks aren't getting offered until, well, you know, almost to the
Yeah.
start of their senior year, or, you know, well into their senior year. But how do you kind of keep yourself, you know, in the mentality of like, hey, let's just keep it pushing, let's just keep working and grinding. You know, how do you kind of move yourself past that stress and maybe a bit of anxiousness about, you know, getting those offers?
Well, I personally always like think to myself, well, there's obviously a reason that like you're not getting recruited by this guy, so like there is always something to work on, so I can get recruited by that team or trying to like get better so that I'm better than the quarterback that they recruited.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So then, you know, like you mentioned, it kind of hasn't been as busy as you've
Mhm.
liked, but it is starting to pick
Yeah.
up. Are you starting to make some plans for the summer, like camps and junior days?
Mhm.
You know, taking visits out to different schools.
Yeah. I took a visit last month to NIU,
Nice.
and that went super well. Coach Ines came and watched me throw.
Okay.
I plan on picking up, like, going to a bunch of junior days
Hmm.
next month and the following month. Um, but I mean, other than that, just trying to have coaches come and watch me throw and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So then, you know, if you're sitting across from a coach and they asked you, you know, Madden, what kind of player am I getting? You know, once you sign and commit to my team, what
Mhm.
kind of player, what kind of person am I getting out of you?
Uh, a leader, someone who puts like others and front of themselves. Um, and honestly, like just like I care about people. Like I always want to have that impression that like I'm a leader and on and off the field, in the classroom, and just like trying to make people's days and stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just carry that that quarterback
Character. Yep.
that quarterback charm, quarterback charisma,
Yep,
whatever
exactly.
it may be.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely, man. Sweet. Yeah. So yeah, and hopefully, that continues to pick up for you, especially as I'm sure you'll probably be at some camps in the summer and
Mm-hmm.
throwing here and there.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully that definitely picks up for you. I'm positive, it's gonna start turning for you.
Yeah, I
So
appreciate
yeah,
that.
definitely, and we'll
Mm-hmm.
keep an eye out for that. So then the last thing I do on here, the last segment I call it is life game balls. And that is where I just turn the table over to you, and you could hand out your game balls to those people in your life that have helped you, kept you motivated, kept you, just kind of pushed you along the way as a person, whether it be on the field, off the field, coaches, teammates, parents, whoever it may be, just, those people you like to give those shout outs to, basically.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, I want to thank God. Like, without him, I wouldn't be like where I'm at today. He's created a path for me. I like my parents. They've truly like cared about me and truly have put me in the right positions in life. Of course, my siblings, my two sisters, like I talked about earlier in the show. My friends, my coaches, they just have always shown their best interest in me. And like all my grandma, grandpa, like all my loved ones, they've also shown a huge interest in what I'm doing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like all my quarterback coaches, of course, Guy Rosenberg, he's done an excellent job with showing his best interest in me. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
definitely a good set of, family and
Mm-hmm.
coaches, with all people that just have your best interest in
Yeah,
mind. So, yeah,
absolutely.
it's always great to, give those thank yous to those people. We
Mm-hmm.
don't always get to do that in our everyday life. So, yeah, for sure, just
Mm-hmm.
taking time to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So then, that was basically all I have for you. I will send it off with one last question, and it's not necessarily a question, more just kind of setting some goals for next year.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have a great group of players coming back. Just from your own 25 class, you guys have a ton of studs on there,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously top to bottom, you guys always have a great roster. Uh,
Yeah.
and then you yourself, you're in line to have a big season. Whether it be statistically, whatever it may be.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let's hear some of those goals, whether it be on the field, off the field, whatever it may be, but just some of the things you'd like to accomplish by the time, you hang up your prep cleats, I guess.
Yeah. I like to win a state championship next year.
Yeah.
I think that's very achievable with the players that we have returning. Um, some individual goals I would like to do are honestly just getting more receivers involved.
Yeah.
Like kind of spreading the ball throughout the whole entire field and not just like, I mean, it's very easy to guard if people watch my tape and it's, oh, I just throw to one guy. Like throw clear across the field. Um, um, of course, throw for over 1,000 next season.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the main one is be back down in Lincoln and win it this season.
Sure, man. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely.
Yeah.
Always the main goal is to, be that last team standing at
Mm-hmm.
Memorial Stadium. So
Yeah,
for sure,
exactly.
man. Some solid goals there. Obviously, like you said, they're all achievable and they're all
Mm-hmm.
very much, within the realm of possibility. So, yeah, definitely. I
Mm-hmm.
look forward to to seeing that and seeing you guys ball out the season. Um, but yeah, and that's all I got for you. Let me see here.
I seen liars that testified under oath, I hear rappers not living out what they wrote, my peers ought to be studying, taking notes. How you hate me to the core when I keep your ass afloat. I put